This is Sports Charlotte, the podcast about sports in Charlotte. My name is Herb White. I'm editor-in-chief at the Charlotte Post. This is Cameron Williams, who's a staff reporter at the Post. It is Thursday, November 2025.
I didn't even get to start this one.
And we are talking football of the professional variety to get started. The Carolina Panthers took care of business in Atlanta last week, going to overtime, but getting out of there with the win.
No, it didn't go to overtime.
They didn't. Oh, they didn't?
Mm-mm.
Where did they go?
Kick the walk off.
Oh,
I'm
across the overtime.
I'm pretty sure. Nope, I'm mistaken. It was. Forget me.
That?
I watched the whole game. I didn't even remember.
So now we know who the real expert is, right?
You're not quadruple P.
Never mind. I'm not even going to get into that with you. But at any rate, the Panthers did come out with a win in OT to pull to within a half game of Tampa Bay in the NFC South for the top spot. Every week, we go back and forth with this group.
Yeah.
And it is, do you have any faith? 1 week, yeah. The next week, no. So is this a yeah week?
I don't know. I mean, I'm so at a loss because 2 weeks ago you're at home against a atrocious Saints team. Bryce Young throws for 124 yards on 17 completions with an interception.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
Yep.
That's your coined phrase. Terrible. And then all of a sudden he looks like the second coming of Peyton Manning or Tom Brady last week. Like
a lot shorter though.
Yeah, a lot shorter. But 448 and 3 touchdowns.
Franchise record.
130 to T-Mac on 8 catches and 2 touchdowns for the Rook. I can't make sense of it.
They probably can't either. Because it's one of those things where the Panthers, depending on what week it is, are either pretty competent or pretty terrible. You just take your pick. And
it's like there's no in between.
You get big swings and big misses. And it's got to be maddening. But on the other hand, it's actually improvement because before this year, it was usually big misses.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can definitely agree with that. But different kind of challenge this week. I think it's safe to say the 49ers are probably better than the Atlanta Falcons.
Probably, yeah.
7-4, 2-2 at home. Panthers are 3-3 away. 7-point spread. Which Carolina Panthers team is going to show up? That's going to be the biggest question. And I think, don't want to sound too redundant, but if the Carolina team that shows up in Atlanta last week shows up, they've got a good chance to keep this game tight, maybe win it late. If the team that shows up that was at home against New Orleans or the one against Buffalo or New England, this game's going to be 30 points.
As glossy as the 49ers record is, they've got some issues too.
They do.
Especially on defense. Where they
Injuries, mainly.
Absolutely. And that depth is going to get tested. Now, will the Panthers be able to test it is the real question.
Well, I mean, if Bryce is as accurate as he was and stretching the defense and making the right plays head-wise, then I think they do have a good chance of testing him. But if he gets rattled and, the offensive line doesn't do their job and they allow a couple sacks early, then Bryce just seems right now the type that when he gets rattled, the rest of his game just goes to poo immediately.
Yeah, that's the NFL. If you beat on a quarterback enough, they all turn human.
Yeah, but I mean, how many times did you used to see like Brett Favre get sacked, or just thinking about some of the better quarterbacks of all time that they'd get beat up because their offensive lines weren't the best, but they'd still manage a 280 to 300 yard game when there was pressure in their face, but they were just able to execute and they were able to play through pressure. I think once Bryce holds that in and he's able to play through pressure, Carolina could have their franchise quarterback. I know there's been talks about, is he really the guy? Can they go a different direction? The way he looked last week, you shouldn't. The way he looked 2 weeks ago,
You should.
You should have put in a red rifle.
And take your chances. And that is probably what the Panthers are trying to get a bead on. Is he that guy? And if you don't know, you just don't know. And you can't make a commitment these days on I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And so, but as far as Monday night goes, it's an opportunity for the Panthers to show the country what they're capable of, good or bad. And I think that the 49ers are going to load the box and dare Bryce Young to beat them, which is a great opportunity for him to show what he's capable of.
I agree. And I think it should be a good game. I don't even want to give my prognostication and punditry and parlay for this one because you never know what you're going to get with this team. But if the Panthers are able to build off the performance last week, I would say take Panthers on the spread at +7. I think it could be a close game. But I would also say take the under because I don't see either of these offenses lighting it up to where it's going to be like 50-plus points. I would say San Francisco is probably going to win this one around the 21-17 range.
Okay.
So, I mean, the Panthers will keep it close and they'll cover, but I just think even with the defensive struggles that the Panthers have had occasionally and the injuries that San Francisco sustained, I still think this will be a defensive slugfest.
Who's to say? Maybe the Panthers defense will have a hand in setting up either a short field or taking something to the house.
Well, that'll be good. I mean, if they win, that's fine because Panthers spread. They're the underdog. So if they win, it's still hitting, still making money for our viewers and listeners.
Yeah. All right. So let's shift gears to high school football.
Oh, it's time.
Oh, yeah, I know. You are in your most happy place with this one.
Yes.
It's week 3 of the high school football playoffs in North Carolina, and we've started to eliminate the pretenders, and the contenders are starting to show up.
I just want to go on record and say,
yeah,
I don't care if you give me my P back. I'm taking it back. Because we should do a little clip here. Last week, we were talking about the high school playoffs, and I was talking about how Huff would absolutely dog Palisades. Palisades would be lucky to score twice. Well, they scored once. 63-7 result. Huskies roll. I said, Chambers, congratulations on getting out of the first round. Y'all did well. Myers Park's a different animal. Myers Park could hold them under 10 points. Shut them out. Got that one. I said, West Charlotte and Providence, status quo. Earlier in the year, West Charlotte won big. They'll win big again. 41-0. Easy peasy. And I said, the only game that I see being close in the 8A and maybe even on upset alert is Mallory Creek. It was close. West Forsyth ended up taking the 20-10 victory, and they will play the Huff Huskies. I got the whole slate right on the dot. And this man's still trying to withhold my P.
Listen to how that sounds.
I'm just saying, my prognostication and punditry P, he is trying to withhold. But at any rate, I got them all right. This week, Huff, West Forsyth. Look, West Forsyth, they've got a very strong defense. They've got really good offense, but Huff's a different animal. I've said it all year that I thought Huff would be the 8A champion. No slight to West Charlotte. I know those folks over there, I covered them a lot this season, but Huff right now, man, they are just tough. They're playing their best football of the year at the right time, and I think the same can be said for West Charlotte, but Huff's good. Huff is very good. But then, I mean, you look at that Myers Park West Charlotte game.
That's going to be a good game.
I'm torn where to go this week because, I mean, Huff is closer to my house. But West Charlotte and Myers Park, I think West Charlotte's going to win this game. I really do. But, I mean, then also, I know we don't necessarily cover intently at the post, but the private school ranked state championship right down the road at Providence Day. There's a lot of good football in this state. And it's all going down in the same week. And there's only one of me.
Yeah. Well, what, in your opinion, would separate West Charlotte from Myers Park, or vice versa?
Speed across the board.
Mm-hmm.
I think while Myers Park has a handful of select skill players, like Rodney Dunham, he's the number 2 or number 3 player in his class in the entire country, defensive end for the Mustangs. But I think Myers Park's got talent. I just don't know if they've got the amount of talent at each position that West Charlotte's got. And I mean, it's as far as speed's concerned, I think West Charlotte's probably the fastest team in the state. That's why if they win and if Huff wins, that's going to be a really good matchup. Just because Huff's got speed too, and they've got Samari Matthews is a 4-star quarterback going to Texas, so it's going to make passing the ball, which West Charlotte has really leaned into this year. Their quarterback, Jamori Nichols, has done a really good job leading that team, and they've got some really good receivers. Dante Nicholson, who is a UNC Charlotte commit, really good receiver. So, they've got talent all over. But what it comes down to is, can the Huff secondary make Jamori uncomfortable enough to make them a running team? And I don't see anybody running on the front four of Huff. Huff's front four is probably the second best, at least in my opinion, in the state behind Weddington's. But with Weddington, you got 4 Division I guys on their front four. Mm-hmm. So, sticking to this round, I've got Huff and I've got West Charlotte.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see how that works out. Oh, and by the way, with our Magnificent Seven, which we do maintain even during the playoffs.
Yeah, we can't leave out the 7A because there is a team still in there.
Absolutely. Huff is number 1, West Charlotte number 2, Independence number 3. Mm-hmm. So we've got status quo there. Independence is in the 7A draw. Myers Park moved from 5th to 4th. Olympic dropped from 4th to 5th after bowing out in the 6A ranks. Providence is 6th, and Palisades is 7th.
Well, so based on that right there, I don't see anything moving. You got to figure the last 3 teams in there are already eliminated. Mm-hmm. So basically, from here on, unless Myers Park upsets West Charlotte, there's not going to be a lot of movement there. Or unless hypothetical, well, no, because even if Independence and Myers Park both lose this week, they still shouldn't move because they're Independence is ahead. But we'll see how it goes. But
absolutely,
when we're talking about Independence, they will host Richmond Senior, and holy smokes,
that's going to be good too.
If this game was like 25 years ago, this game would have been played at Memorial Stadium. Mm-hmm. This game would have been huge. I think it's still going to be a big game. Both teams 9-2, although back then they would meet when they were unbeaten. That was just different. When I was wee little guy, these teams were the stuff. Richmond Senior got put to the test against Porter Ridge last week. I didn't see that coming. I really didn't. Really? I knew Porter Ridge. They've shown flashes of being good throughout the year, but I thought Richmond really put it to them. They didn't. Now Richmond does put up their fair share of points. I know they put up 48, I think, in that win over Porter Ridge, and they've averaged about 41 on the year. So it is a team that can score in a hurry. But Independence has found a newfound confidence, if you will, since their loss earlier in the year to West Charlotte. 41-6, 35-0, 41-0, 41-7, 45-6. They have been just laying it to teams left and right. Mm-hmm. And so, but if you're comparing this to their scores earlier in the year, they only put up 7 against West Charlotte. They beat Palisades 27-20 in a game that was, I'm sure, closer than I would have prognosticated.
It was back and forth the whole way. I was there for that.
They beat Lake Norman 26-7. Defense played well in that game. Lost to Huff in a shutout, 35-0. They did beat Gaffney to start the year 27-21, but you see they're scoring a lot less earlier in the year.
Now they're scoring
Now
in bunches.
now they're right there with Richmond. Which defense is going to step up this game? It's proven based on statistics these teams can score 40 when they need to, but which defense is going to step up and say, no, you're not?
That, I think, is the question of the week. And what if neither defense does that? And
Another 48, 40-something type game.
Yeah, it's a sprint all the way. Although I'm not exactly sure that it's going to turn out like that. When you have two really good teams, something's bound to break.
Yeah.
And who that is, I don't know. And you brought up history. And Richmond Senior playing Mecklenburg County teams, they live for this stuff. I mean, I've said that before. When they get the word that a team from Charlotte's on the schedule, man, they just go, holy smokes, let's go get on the bus or walk to the campus or whatever. They're going to show up, and they're going to show up deep. Those folks are going to travel, and they know they've got a good team, and they know it's somebody from Mecklenburg County. They make their seasons off these things.
Yeah, I mean, I agree wholeheartedly. I think this time around, I've got Independence 35, Richmond 24.
Strangely enough, I can see that happening.
Yeah.
And so perhaps the road for the Raiders ends in Mid-Hill.
Maybe it does. Quick little overview before we head out of the rest of the 7A. Weddington, not in CMS, but it is right down the road from us. They will welcome Lake Norman, who, quite frankly, they beat East Forsyth worse than I thought they would. Beat about 14 in the second round. But the road for the Lake Norman Wildcats will end in Weddington.
Well, okay.
Weddington is just, they're different. I've said it all year, and I know you and I, we discussed on text. I think the game between Grimsley and Weddington, assuming it happens at the end of the 7A region or West region, could be the same, if not better, than Huff and West Charlotte, assuming those two get there. Two great teams. Weddington shut out Marvin Ridge. So understand this. Marvin Ridge beat Chapel Hill in the 15-18 game, 52-13. Okay? Weddington beat Marvin Ridge 63-0.
That's a lot of points.
I mean, they were putting in the freshman team at the end. I mean, it's just unbelievable the way they're playing. I don't think Lake Norman has much of anything for them, which could set up a regional semi with Independence and Weddington. That game might be worth going to. But, again, it's the same week as what could be Huff and West Charlotte. There's only one of me.
Yeah.
It's just,
But that's
priorities.
what happens when a certain region of a state is so loaded.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you don't know how good you got it until it disappears.
Yep. But then also right up the street, up 77, Mooresville hosts Reagan from Pfafftown.
Mm-hmm.
And Grimsley will do what Grimsley does to Jack Britt.
Well, yeah.
Setting up a potential regional semi with the Blue Devils and the Whirlies. And like I said, I got Grimsley and Weddington, and I have not gnawed on that one enough yet to prognosticate a winner between Weddington and Grimsley yet.
So you see no room for an upset in 7A or 8? The rich will get richer.
Well, you know what I said at the beginning of the year. I said it was going to be Grimsley or Weddington in 7, Huff or West Charlotte in 8. Right now, it's status quo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to make that kind of prognostication, but I just didn't see a way that it wasn't going to be.
Well, we'll see starting Saturday. I'm thinking college. Friday night. It's going to be electric and some really good games right here in Mecklenburg County. And you should get out and...
no restrictions this week.
Yeah, go out and support your team or adopt one to support. It's going to be good football. And while you're at it, go to our website, thecharlottepost.com, and become a donor or a subscriber, or subscribe to our newsletter while you're at it. The information is carefully curated on every Thursday. It goes out, and we've got high school football, we got college football, we got the NFL, on, and it's also basketball season. And there's still news coming out of Charlotte FC. So we're on it, and we need your help to stay on it. Become a donor or a subscriber. It's free for you to access the information, but it costs to get the information out. Help us out. Do your bit. Leave some cheddar for us little mice to
Or mozzarella.
to feed on and be able to get this to you. So, and also if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That goes a long way too. We thank you, and ultimately you'll feel good about it as well. So for everybody here at the office in beautiful Derrida, that's Cam. I'm Herb. Thanks for watching and listening.